To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So in yesterday's video, you saw me pouring the concrete into the well, and I tell you, that took it out of me. I've strained my back. I don't think I've hurt my back. I think I just strained it, you know, tight, sore muscles. And so today I'm gonna kind of relax a little bit. I'm gonna deal with the chickens a little bit. So these are the chickens. They are really getting big. I know every time I show you these videos, once or twice a week, somebody will comment that, man, they're getting big, but I can see it too. They're getting huge. We went to Orscheln's and we got female buff Orpingtons, and then we got 4 straight runs. We didn't know what they were. Well, the straight runs got sick and died, you know, within the first few days. And so we have 1 straight run left. That little white one there, that's Frenchie. And the rest of them were supposed to be females. But I think that Orscheln's must have messed them up, because it appears to me that we have 1, 2, 3 roosters. You can see the 2 off there squaring off. And they got the, you know, the beard and that kind of thing. And then we're not sure what Frenchie is. We don't know. So we have at least 3, possibly 4 roosters, when what we really wanted was hens. So we got at least 4 hens, that's for sure, which would be plenty for this year and the next year if we have to. But I think Orscheln's must have made a mistake. And they said they were females, but ended up being a straight run. So today, what I'm going to try to do is move the chicken coop and attach it somehow or another to the chicken run. Now, like I said, my back hurts. And this isn't heavy, but it isn't exactly light either. As you know, we got wheels on it. I put wheels on it. So today, I'm going to try to hook this up to the lawnmower. I just drilled a hole into the makeshift tongue that I got here. I'm gonna hook it up to the lawnmower, I'm gonna drag it down there. And then the door I got where it's bottom half door can come down and they'll be able to go in and out. These guys are getting so big now that it's hard to catch them, to put them in and out. This morning I really struggled with 4 of them getting them in there. So we'll see how far I can get with this. But the first thing I need to do is hook this up to the lawnmower. I'm just going to run a bolt into this. I showed you this with my little wagon a few days ago. I just put a bolt in it with a washer, and it tows around pretty good. I haven't ever towed this, so we'll see how this works. It may not work at all, which is one of the things that's hard to do with YouTube and trying to make MacGyver everything. And sometimes things just fail. So you'll spend an hour making a video and it doesn't work. I watched this one YouTuber who does a lot of things like this, and he was cutting down a tree with a jack. He was using a jack, and it didn't work. So I watched a 10-minute video just to come to the conclusion it didn't work. And I don't want to do that to you. I ended up spending all day trying to get things to work, so you'll have something that says, ah, there it is. Now, that doesn't mean I won't show you the failures. Of course, I'll show you the failures. Like the well. You know, I did the well, I put the well packer in, and it still, a few days later, got dirty. So, you know, I don't want to be dishonest with you, but I don't want you to have to sit there and watch a video and find out, oh, well, what was the point in that? So I'm going to get the lawnmower over here. We're going to hook it up and see if I can get this thing to move. Once again, I got to get it off the blocks. It's on blocks, so I really don't want to push my back too hard. But when I use the tongue here, it's not so bad. I can pick it up pretty easy with the tongue. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so they're already starting to go in and get their food. I mean, they got food out here. It's not like they're starving to death. They got food and water. Now they can just go in and out. They're checking it out right now. They're just trying to figure this all out. They're kind of skittish around it, that's going to be a lot easier. I'm really glad I decided to take the time to do this today. With my back hurting, and I was able to just take it easy. Now, as far as the hitch is concerned, the hitch worked out pretty good. The tongue did. What happened was, my first attempt, I hit a stump with one of the wheels on the trailer, and it ripped the bolt out. So I just took a lawnmower blade and I cut off the ends here, and I drilled holes and put screws in it. I mean, it's going to work okay, but you can already see it's starting to crack here. So what I'm going to do, I think, is get a U-bolt or a square bolt or something, and I can bolt that on real tight, squeeze it on along with the screws. This was just temporary until I could figure out what I really wanted to do. But it's working. And then you saw me, I was towing it all around the yard. It's huge, and so you got to really go slow, and it's got small tires, and every time you hit a bump like this, you bottom out. So that's okay. I mean, it worked out very well. The lawnmower was able to handle it. So, although it's not perfection, it's not, something that an expert would do, but when you're living off grid, you have minimal tools. You do what you can, and I'm always excited when things like this work. I mean, it worked. Like I said, a simple U-bolt, or maybe some sort of square bolt, I don't know, and get that to squeeze up real tight, that'll work out perfect. Now, to follow up on the well a little bit, I wanted to show you. Yesterday, I made a concrete slab, as you sure will recall, and it's already dry where you can stand on it. Over here on the corners, you can see that it's still a little moist, and what it's doing is it's sucking the water out of the ground. So that's going to take longer to dry, but in the center, it's dry. And then I cut the pipe. There was a 100-foot pipe that came out of this, and that worked okay. But now that it's all hooked up and I can put a well house around it or a shed around it, I shortened it up. Now we have a hose coming out of it. I don't ever feed the chickens or myself with this hose. That hose there has chemicals in it. Yes, I know. As kids, we all drank through that hose and we're all fine. We didn't die. But if you drink a lot of water through it, I would imagine it could make you a little sick somehow or another. I get these RV hoses to run my drinking water through. Then I go ahead and feed the chickens with it. Now also, I've been showing you that I've used a house filter right here to filter out the water. Right there. Well, I got another one today, and I'm going to use it. So I'll have two-stage filtration. I'll have a 5 micron, just regular filter. And then I got this one here, and I'll put a 5 micron charcoal filter on that. The charcoal filter always seems to do better at filtration, even though they're both 5 microns. But the charcoal filter clogs up faster. The regular filter has more surface area. It's hard to explain, where it doesn't clog up. Maybe this way I can keep the carbon filters a little longer. That's my goal, at least. And that was only 19 bucks for that little canister, so it's not even that expensive. For those who say, oh, I would love to do what you're doing, Rob, but I can't because, whatever injury or sickness you got, you can do it. There's just some days you can't do as much. Today, I'm in a lot of pain. I'll get over it. I've had this pain before. Whenever I cut trees or cut logs or firewood, I do a 3-day cycle. I cut wood, take 2 days off, and then the third day I cut. That way I'm always resting my back. If I do it 2 days in a row, it's too much. Well, the concrete was the same way. I had to do that fast. There was no way I could just, take my time with it. So I overworked myself. And now I sit back for 2 days, doing little minor jobs, working my back out, which does help. I was a smoker my entire life, so I don't have the best lungs either. Just the other day, I bought some Primatene Mist to help me breathe. So, you just do things. And I don't go to doctors. For all those, you need to go to a doctor. I don't go to doctors. I don't have any faith in doctors. That's just my philosophy. I hope I can inspire you to do as much as you can when you're not feeling good, when you're living your dream. Thanks for watching.